Have you ever wondered why the mighty Portuguese Empire, once the beacon of European colonialism in India, met its abrupt end? The Portuguese Empire, a formidable force in the 15th and 16th centuries, was a pioneer of the Age of Discovery. Its influence in India was far-reaching, yet this impressive empire was not invincible. Its downfall was as captivating as its rise. But what led to this downfall? What factors contributed to the collapse of such a powerful entity? Today, we delve into the intricate events leading to the failure of the Portuguese Empire in India. Initially, the Portuguese had a strong foothold in India, with Goa as their main base. The early 16th century saw the Portuguese Empire in India flourish like never before. They were the first European power to establish direct sea trade links with India, thus bypassing the overland route controlled by the Ottomans. This allowed them to monopolize the lucrative spice trade, bringing in enormous wealth to the empire. The Portuguese also held a firm grip on key trading ports along the Indian coast, including Daman, Diu, and Bombay. These strategic locations gave them control over the Arabian sea trade routes, further solidifying their economic supremacy. The secret to their initial success was their naval superiority. With advanced shipbuilding technology and skilled seafarers, they ruled the Indian Ocean, intimidating other traders and enforcing their monopoly. However, this golden age of the Portuguese Empire in India would not last. As the 17th century approached, cracks began to appear in the once invincible Portuguese Empire. It was a period of change, an era where the tides of power began to shift. The Portuguese, who were once the unchallenged masters of the Indian Ocean trade, were now facing a multitude of challenges. The emergence of other European powers was one of the major factors that led to the downfall of the Portuguese Empire in India. The Dutch, English, and French were making their presence felt in the Indian subcontinent, gradually reducing Portuguese influence and control over the region. In addition to external threats, the empire was also plagued by internal political strife. The governance of the Portuguese colonies was often marked by corruption and inefficiency. Leaders were more interested in amassing personal wealth than in the welfare of the colonies or the empire as a whole. This lack of effective leadership and administration further weakened the Portuguese hold on their colonies. The Portuguese also lost their naval superiority, which had been a key element of their early success. Their ships, once feared by all, were now being outmatched and outmaneuvered by the vessels of the other European powers. Moreover, the Portuguese monopoly over trade was gradually lost due to fierce competition. Their once exclusive access to spices, silks, and other valuable goods was now being challenged by the other European powers, who were eager to share in the wealth of the East. These factors led to a weakened Portuguese empire, ripe for the taking. The final blow to the Portuguese Empire in India came in the form of the Marathas, a powerful regional power. The Marathas, with their strong military and naval forces, began to challenge the Portuguese dominion over the western coast of India. They started seizing Portuguese territories one by one, further weakening the Portuguese hold in the region. But it wasn't just the Marathas' military might that led to the downfall of the Portuguese. Their diplomatic failures played a significant role too. The Portuguese, in their quest for dominance, had alienated many local rulers and even other European powers. They found themselves isolated, with few allies to turn to in their time of need. This combination of military defeat and diplomatic isolation proved to be too much for the Portuguese Empire in India. It was a formidable empire, one that had once held sway over vast territories, but it was not invincible. The once mighty Portuguese Empire in India had finally met its end. So what led to the downfall of the Portuguese Empire in India? Well, it's a story filled with both internal and external factors. The Portuguese, once the masters of the Indian Ocean trade, started to decline when their monopoly was challenged by other European powers such as the Dutch, English, and French. Internally, the empire was weakened by mismanagement, corruption, and a lack of a clear succession policy. Their oppressive policies, religious intolerance, and the imposition of their culture on the local population also led to widespread resentment and resistance. Externally, the rise of powerful Indian kingdoms, notably the Marathas, further squeezed the Portuguese. These kingdoms, with their strong navies and armies, posed a constant threat to the Portuguese, eventually leading to their withdrawal from most of their territories. Thus, like all empires, the Portuguese too fell, leaving behind a legacy that continues to influence India even today.
हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और साथ ही बेल आइकन दबाएं, जिससे समय पर नोटिफिकेशन आपको मिलती रहे। आपका एक लाइक हमें प्रोत्साहित करता है जिससे कि हम नई वीडियो बनाएं। थैंक्स फॉर योर सपोर्ट।